There is a town called Hollow Creek. A place so quiet, people say silence itself feels heavy there. But no one talks about what happened 7 years ago. Because after that night, the town never stayed the same again. A girl disappeared. And after that, the town slowly started dying. Her name was Emily Carter. She was 17. An ordinary student, living a quiet life. She loved sketching in her notebook and walking home alone after school. She didn't have many friends, but she never hurt anyone. Still, there were people who didn't like her. Not because she did something wrong, but because she was too quiet. And silence makes people curious. It started with small things. Whispers behind her back, laughing when she passed by, fake rumors written online. At first, Emily ignored it, but it didn't stop. Then it became worse. Some boys from her school started following her. They would wait outside her home, call her name, then run away laughing, and record her secretly. They never thought about consequences. To them, it was just fun. Slowly, Emily stopped talking in class. She stopped walking home the same way. She became quieter. Not because she was weak, but because she was alone. Her parents noticed, but she always said, "I'm fine, nothing is wrong." But deep inside, something was breaking. One evening, she stayed late at school finishing her project. When she left, the streets were empty. Fog covered the road. And that's when a black car stopped near her. The same boys. They told her it was just a joke. But she was scared. They forced her inside and drove away, outside the town, to an abandoned house. A place no one visited anymore. The house was broken, windows shattered, no electricity, just silence. They took her inside. She begged them to stop. "Please, I didn't do anything." But they laughed. They didn't listen. And then, everything went silent. The next morning, the house was empty. No car, no people, and no Emily. The police searched everything, but found nothing. No body, no evidence, nothing. The case slowly closed, and the town moved on. Or at least, they tried to, but after a few weeks, strange things began happening. One of the boys disappeared. Then another. Then another. No one saw anything. But every night, people started hearing crying sounds coming from that abandoned house. And sometimes, whispers in the dark, calling their names. The last boy decided to go there to prove it was all fake. He entered the house with a flashlight, walking slowly, calling her name. But suddenly, the door closed behind him, and the light went out in complete darkness. He heard a voice, soft, broken, familiar. "You all forgot me, but I didn't forget you." The flashlight flickered. And then, silence. The next morning, he was gone. The house was empty. But on the wall, written in dust, "I never left." The message on the wall was still fresh, as if it was written just seconds ago. The police arrived later that day. But something was wrong. The house was searched again. This time, more carefully. But still, no trace of him. No blood. No struggle. Just silence. One officer said, "This place feels like it's watching us." In the basement, they found something new. Old school notebooks, drawings, and names. All of them belonged to the missing boys. But in the middle of those pages, there was one name written again and again. Emily Carter. One officer dropped the file. "This can't be real. She's been missing for years." But another officer noticed something strange. On the wall of the basement, there were scratch marks, like someone had been counting days. Slowly, for years. And then, the house cameras were checked. What they saw changed everything. The boy didn't just disappear. He was standing in the room, talking to someone. But no one else was there. And slowly, he started walking backward, as if something invisible was pulling him. Then, a final frame appeared, the camera glitching, and for 1 second, a shadow was visible behind him. Tall, still, watching. And then the screen cut to black. The case was never reopened. But locals still say, if you go near that house at night, you won't find Emily. But she might find you.